Good afternoon, everyone. We'll begin at this time. My name is Patty Lynch, and on behalf of my father, Pat, and the entire Lynch family, I would like to welcome you. And on behalf of Valentina's family, I'd like to thank you very much for being with them here today. Today's service is going to be fairly simple. We are going to invite anyone who wishes to come forward to share a thought or a memory. No one is obligated, but everyone is welcome to do so. After the service here, we will meet at Guardian Angel Cemetery in Rochester, and I'll make sure everyone knows where they're going. But we'll meet inside the main gates at Guardian Angel for the committal service that will take place at the graveside. And I'll have more details about that following this service. So at this time, Lana was kind enough and brave enough to let me know she'll go first. When she's done, anyone who wishes to say something can come up and do so. Thank you all for your kind attention. Please silence your cell phone if you didn't already do it.
Hello everyone. I did not expect all of us to be together here again so soon, but life had other plans. Today we're saying goodbye to my mom, my closest friend, my biggest supporter, and my ultimate role model. There are many words that could describe my mom. Beautiful, intelligent, strong. But for me, the most important word that describes her is love. Mom's life was not always easy, but it was very well lived. She was born into a family of a miner and a homemaker. She grew up independent, naturally curious, and drawn to bigger and better things beyond the small Ukrainian town where she was born. Education and her strong desire to learn became her ticket out. After graduating school, she moved halfway across the country to college, and then after all the way to Russia's Far East for her first job. And that's where she met and married her soulmate, Grigor. For 65 years, they shared the kind of love that people write books and make movies about. Throughout every cross-country and cross-ocean move, through every challenge and every new beginning, they were always there for each other, always side by side. Their romance did not deal with time. If anything, it grew more tender, more intentional, and more beautiful. My parents showed me what a true love is and what a true family should look like. And I tried to build mine in their image. My mom taught me how to be a parent. There was not a thing that she would not do for her children. When my first university entrance exam was intentionally downgraded, and I was hysterically insisting that my life was over, my mom fought for an appeal, something unheard back then, and won. My grade was restored to a rightful 100%, securing my place at the university and the program that I dreamed of. All my college friends called my mom "Моя золотая рыбка," because she knew of every wish that they had, and she made sure that it came true. When I was scheduled for a citizenship swearing ceremony several weeks before my due date when I was pregnant with Dennis, my mom, with her limited English, convinced her immigration officer to speak to my immigration officer to have my ceremony moved earlier. Guess what? She and I, we took our oaths together a week before Dennis was born. Vlad and I were so lucky that she and my dad helped raise our children. Mom was the best playmate imaginable, always up for anything, building blanket forts, making choo-choo trains, out of kitchen chairs, playing cards, and so much more. Anytime I was sick, I would expect her to show up at my door with a pot of chicken soup and a plate of blini. It never failed to make me feel better. I will miss that deeply, and I suppose I'll have to try harder to stay healthy. But most of all, I will miss the warmth of being loved by her beautiful smile, and the certainty that with her by my side, I would have the agency. Mom, thank you for being my best friend and my guiding light. I love you and I will miss you forever. Rest in peace. You deserve it.
Valentina Babushkavali was my mother-in-law. How does it sound? A little tough, right? Well, I can tell you something. This was the best mother-in-law anyone can dream of. We never had any arguments. We never had any fights or arguments because somehow we understood each other. Somehow we have something in common, that love for her son was the main purpose. We are together. And I think the biggest compliment a mother-in-law can give to a daughter-in-law is to tell everybody that I'm very happy and I am very sure that my son is safe and he's going to be okay. We had a rough week. The last week was something that probably changed my perspective of a lot of things that can happen. But we had a few intimate moments that I will always cherish, and I will never forget. From the moments she was liking my soup, and she was waiting for me to bring food, and I was trying to make a good variety so she can try this, she can try that. And from the moment that she was not speaking much, but she was touching my hand so softly. She was beautiful. She was a gorgeous woman. She was someone to look up to. Even when she went to almost passed away last September, and I took her to the doctor, to the cardiologist, and he said, if you don't take her to emergency now, I don't know what's going to happen. But guess what? Before we went to the doctor, she stopped me. She said, give me my lipstick, please. So she put her lipstick on, because that's how she was. She really liked pearls. I'm wearing this for her today. She was tough. She was with her children, but she loved her children so much. Last time when I had her last moment talking about children, she told me how much, I have to tell Lana how much she loves her. And I'm repeating this again, Lana, because that was something that she told me, I should tell you. And she was looking at Alex, how he was cleaning, how he was doing things in the yard, and he couldn't take her eyes off him. She loved her grandchildren so much. She invested in them. She was Anaimi the Shah. She was like breathing with their air. That's how much she loved her grandchildren. I know there's so much to say, but all I'm going to say, thank you for being the best mother-in-law thank you for being the best grandmother for my children and the best mom for my husband. And after you've been through last week, I know you are in heaven. And I've seen a dream. She is in a beautiful place, flowers, stars. Rest in peace. Бабушка Валя, I love you.
I'm going to start this by saying what I've always said every single birthday that Baba Vanya had. Without you, my by здесь не были. The amount of love, the amount of effort, the amount of care that you put into everything that you did, not only for my dad, not for my mom, not for Tita Sveta, not for any of your you went above and beyond to bring a smile to our face. I will always look back, at my childhood memories, when both of your kids were trying to make an impact in this country, start their careers. When you sat there watching over us, babysitting us, with Grisha and me, Chris, Dennis, and then at one point Julia, got to have the most beautiful childhood because you gave our parents the opportunity to become something in this country so that one day we could. So that kind of ties into my initial statement of without you, we wouldn't be here. And that's not only because you immigrated to this country, it's because of everything you've ever done in your life. I will miss, all the moments that we had, telling you, giving you updates, the phone calls, the random ones that we would have. And I don't know how I'm gonna go without your Blinchki Baba Vanya. Those things were the best things that I could have. I would always look forward to having them, you would always cook them up, even as you entered old age and I felt bad, wanted to do the dishes for you, like, nope, at the Moy Project, you were a tough one. You were a tough cookie, you were an elegant woman, and you were an example of, the love that we all deserve to have in this family. And I'm thankful for the moments I got to have with you, and I will always remember everything. So, I love you, Papa Vanya, and rest well.
I spent a lot of time last night thinking about what to say about Baba. I thought about the memories I have of her helping raise me as a kid, pretending to be in danger so that I, as Spider-Man, could run into the room and save her, asking me for the 100th time if I wanted more soup or blinchiki, and helping me with math homework even through college calculus. But as I kept thinking, my mind shifted from those memories to the qualities that made Baba who she was. These are the things she passed down to the family and how she'll live on. Baba valued education. It mattered a lot to her, and she made sure to raise her kids and grandkids to value it the same. She always made sure everyone was well fed because she believed full bellies and good nutrition made the brain work better. She made sure her grandchildren were stocked up on blinchiki, and my wife was stocked up on tvorog. I think my mom has already inherited this responsibility. Most importantly, her and Grisha showed us all an example of what a strong marriage is supposed to look like. I personally use the relationship as an example of what I want my marriage to be like. That's how I'll remember Baba, and I know the values she taught us will continue to be passed on. We love you, Baba, and we'll miss you.
Я скажу по-русски, чтобы Гриша хорошо меня понял. Баба Валя была такая крепкая женщина, когда я смотрел на ее, я думал, что я хочу, чтобы я женился на кто-то, как она была. И мы ее так будем вспоминать. Я с ней очень красиво прощался. Я ей сказал что-то, что очень... Я серьезно себя беру, у меня жизнь, я ей сказал, и у нее глаза были закрыты, но она меня как-то взяла, и я понял, что она меня услышала, она мне как-то сказала окей. Ну, она такая была, что она может еще что угодно чувствовала, но никому не бы сказала, и сама бы боролась. У нас она бы всегда держалась рядом с ней. Вот такая была. Она меня от папы пошла с математикой, потому что папа мой, у него это все понятно, все авиас, а по меня я ничего, не понимал. И вот папа меня возил по Вале и Грише, и она со мной сидела. Сидела и сидела и сидела, а как-то она меня объяснила. И такая она была. Ну, будем ее вспоминать. Каждый день я буду работать, чтобы я как-то ее имидж решил. И как-то попробуем на это добраться. Спасибо.
Papa was the most loving, sharp, and smart grandma. Мне очень повезло, что она меня вырастила. Some of my favorite memories is когда она проводилась, я с ней и с Гришей после школы. They would always be there to welcome me home, always with food, waiting for me. My favorite greetings were with Blinchiki or Subchik. It was such a normal part of my everyday life at the time, but it's so special to be greeted with so much love. They would fill a plate with sliced cucumbers and use tomatoes to make the eyes and nose and smile, and that was just my appetizer. We played durak after eating and sometimes would go to Kohl's for shopping, and she would let me buy brand new outfits. Baba was one of my biggest supporters. She always was so proud whenever I accomplished something, no matter how big or small it was. I would always call her and update her on my good exam scores at school, and she would congratulate me every time. Umnica, ну ты даешь. She kept track of my exam schedule and always wished me luck the morning of every exam, and I think that's what helped me through most of my exam weeks. Baba was incredibly smart. When I was taking my calculus classes, she would help me with my homework and mostly do it for me. And even at 80 years old, she was still better at integrals than I was. Thankfully, those classes are over because I don't know how I would do it without her. I feel so lucky to have had such a strong, intelligent, and loving grandma. Rest in peace. Я люблю тебя, бабушка. Я тебя скучаю.
Вечная память светлому человеку. Мне я потеряла свою тетю в 29 лет. Ей было.
Ее звали Валя. Я сюда приехала, для меня тетя Валя, она просто родной человек. Я благодарю, что судьба свела меня здесь. Это очень тяжело терять близких в любом возрасте. Для моей семьи она была настоящая родная тетя Валя. Вечная память. Будем помнить, любить все время.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing. In a few moments, what we'll do is leave the funeral home together, and we will meet at the cemetery. Guardian Angel is on Rochester Road, north of downtown Rochester. We won't go in formal funeral procession because of the distance. I'm going to ask that everybody leave about the same time, will arrive about the same time, and meet inside the main gates. You can go any way you want. I think the best route is to take Livernois all the way to Tinkin, and then take a right on Tinkin and go to Rochester Road and head north. This way you avoid downtown Rochester, and it's a little bit quicker. But if you have any questions, please see myself or one of the staff members. But again, we'll meet inside the gates at Guardian Angel Cemetery. So at this time, I'm going to invite you to begin heading to your cars. We'll open up these doors, and anyone wishing to help as a pallbearer will get Valentina into the car. Thank you all very much.